Welcome back, folks. Art of the City TV live streaming here from Solana Beach, exclusive collections. And it is Friday. We made it through another week. And I don't know about you folks, but it's been kind of a long week. You know, we've seen a lot of things on TV. We're waiting for funding. All these crazy things are coming around for the very first time ever for all of us. But today we're going to transport you to a place where imagination is going to run wild because we are devoting this episode to the kids. So hopefully you've got kiddos there coming into the live stream. We've got a couple special guests here. My daughter, Isabella Thorn of Bella Hearts. And we have the girl power today because then we have coming from Michael Flohr's household, Leilah Flohr, who is also going to be giving us some art instruction. So pretty exciting. But before we get started, I thought I'd just share a little bit about, I have a 13-year-old. A lot of you guys have kids at home, and we're doing our very best to keep our kids engaged, doing whatever we can. I've been cooking with my daughter, and we've been doing art, and, it's just such an important thing. But I pulled up some fun facts here about what art really, how it really instills this whole new world for kids to explore. And so here's some things that I thought were pretty interesting before we get started. If you choose to expose your children to making art, it really improves their fine motor skills. So they learn how to use different tools. They learn a whole new vocabulary, a whole new language when they learn about the difference between acrylic and oil paint, canvas. They learn about Van Gogh, Monet, some of the great artists. They're learning this whole new world of people who have come before we've been here and have created, and all the materials they use. They learn how to use their spatial skills. So when you're creating a piece of artwork, a lot of times it requires composition. So they learn how to place things on paper or whatever they're working on. They learn cultural awareness because a lot of art is created from all over the world, and you can explore countries from all over the world with art and learn about it. You have to make a decision when you're making art of what to put down onto that paper. So you get to explore decision making, and you also get to learn how to solve problems within creating art. You get to have this whole new way of expressing yourself. You can look at things from multiple points of view. You get to observe, describe, and analyze what you've created at the end. You get to collaborate with other people sometimes when you're creating art. A lot of times artists will work on projects together. And last and most important is you get to have a lot of fun. So there's a lot of great reasons to expose your children to art. I know I grew up in a very artistic household. My mother's an artist, and so we were just surrounded, by it as kids, both my sister and I, and she ended up being a chef. I ended up going into arts. So it's a pretty exciting thing. Couple things I also wanted to share. If you're not that creative, get coloring books. These are super fun. That's The Art of Dr. Seuss. This is a really fun one because it just has all different types of shapes. So parents might even want to do these. So without any more delay, I'm going to bring Isabella up on the screen. And Isabella, this is her work of Bella Hearts. She's the National Child Artist for American Heart Association. She's been involved in Go Red for many years, from the time she was just a little kid. And you can go onto her Facebook page and see photos of her when she started at 3-4 years old. And she does something very simple, but I'm going to have her share with you what she creates, and then she's going to give you a little class. So let me see if I can get Bella to come up here. Okay, and there she is. Hi, Isabella.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
So Bella is live streaming from my mom, her grandmother's studio, and we've all been very careful that we haven't had any exposure, so we're keeping it in the family. But Bella, why don't you share with the viewers what it is you're creating and what you do create?
All right, so what I do, my art, is I make these Bella hearts, and well, I do them because it's not only fun, but a lot of the time they make people very happy. So they're kind of simple, I guess you could say, but I put a lot of heart into them. I um, and basically they just start with the background and then you just kind of move on from there. I start making the heart. Uh, this one I chose red, and it'll obviously clear up the edges a bit later. But then we'll move on to glaze, and a lot of times put a little crystal right in the middle of the heart. So that's
Nice.
how my artwork works.
That's awesome. So what do you want to teach the kiddos that are looking in today? Because I'm going to minimize my screen and give you most of the screen here.
So today what we're actually going to do is show you how to make some paint for yourself. If you can't, because there's no art stores open right now, so you can't just go and get it and don't want to like order or anything. You can actually make some paint for yourself with just egg yolk and food coloring. And this is called tempra paint or egg tempera. And I've tested it before. It's actually a really neat paint, and it can make some really vibrant, nice colors. So today we'll be showing you how to make that.
Great.
So the way you'll start making the paint is by I will up, but you'll start by separating the egg white and the egg yolk. You can do that just by normally I'd be using a bowl, but I kind of put flour in it. Just by gently putting the egg yolk in your hand and wiggling the white out. And I'm gonna do this with 3 eggs because I want to make 3 colors. Oh, this isn't really enough. Oh, this is a little bit messier than I thought.
That's okay.
So you just want to crack the egg, separate the yolk.
Don't let it get away.
Oh, don't worry, I won't. And there. Now you want to use the yolk, not the white, because the white doesn't really have the right the sauce you're use. I tried it before as an experiment. It is just really messy, and it doesn't take pigment that well. So what you're gonna do is just get your food coloring and just choose whatever color. I'm gonna do a red.
Okay. Can we get a little closer to see what you're doing there? Okay, great.
Uh,
Perfect.
It's gonna put a few drops of food color into your yolk, and then I'm using a toothpick. You're just gonna mix that color together, and then you can adjust by adding coloring if you want a darker color, or if you wanted a purple, you could try mixing it with some blue. But I kind of like this red, so I like this. Then I think I'll do a blue. This out before, and if you don't add enough of the blue pigment, it's just gonna turn out green because of the yellow yolk. Add more blue than you would normally of the other colors. And if I remember right, when I first tested this, I actually added a little bit of red. So maybe just like a drop of that. You don't want too much. You don't want to turn it purple. That gives me this really nice deep blue.
Nice.
Now remember, you don't want to get any of this dye on you because it will stain your hands and your clothing. So you're going to be really careful with this, and you want to set maybe like a tarp or some newspaper down on whatever surface you're working on. And for I think the final one, I'm going to do a green.
You're mixing it with a toothpick.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear Grandma in the background
And
there.
that's a little egg carton that you can reuse, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can really use anything to mix this. But, nothing that you want. You want to make sure you don't want to stain anything. You're gonna. Oh, I think I may have gotten a little bit of the white in this, but it should be fine.
Okay.
Right, there. So then, now I have a canvas, but you can use really anything. Maybe a paper plate or just some cards, some thicker paper. Really just whatever you think might hold the pigment. So.
And what if you don't have a brush? Any ideas
I
on
do
anything you can use?
strip of the red. You can see it's kind of thin right now, but if you want to thicken it up, you can always add a little bit of flour, and I found that helps to thicken it. Get your stick. Just gonna mix it. At first, it's gonna look a little lumpy, but it will get better.
And Isabella, on brushes, what if somebody doesn't have a brush at home? Any suggestions what you can use?
You may see a few little white speckles, but that's fine. See, and then it's a little bit thicker. And you can just adjust to where you want it. It might take a few coats to get it to your desired, capacity, but it'll be fine. Oh, there's a little bit of the egg yolk on the table. And yeah, that's how you make the egg tempra paint.
That's wonderful. And what if you don't, can you still hear me over there? I think maybe the sound went out.
That's a pretty color blue.
Yeah, I really like it. Let's do it.
Can you hear me over there, Isabella? I think I may have lost the sound on these guys here. Well, just a couple of things, folks, when you're watching. So while Isabella's
this actually used to be used in a lot of old buildings because it would last so long and wouldn't need to be, done over very quickly.
Right. It was actually done in a lot of the old churches in Europe in the 1600s. They used tempera paint, and I think somebody had mentioned to me that
don't
they have
forget,
to
in
keep
between
spraying it.
the colors, you want to wash out your brush because if you don't, it's going to get very muddy.
That looks so amazing. I'm going to minimize my screen one more time.
That's about it. I hope you enjoyed my segment.
Thank you, Isabella.
We can't hear you.
Isabella. And I don't think that they can hear me anymore.
We can't hear you.
Okay, we got it. We know you can't hear us.
We can't hear you.
I know. This is the problem with technology, but I'm going to go ahead and sign Isabella off since she can't hear us because we've got another guest coming on in the show here. And let me see if I can bring her into the stream. And that's Leilah. So we'll say goodbye to Isabella. I know you guys all wanted to say goodbye to her, but she can't hear us. So that was a nice little segment. Well, hello, Leilah.
Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for coming on the show today. I hope you got to see Isabella with her demonstration of how to make your own homemade tempera paint. And what are you going to show us today?
I'm going to show you how to make one of these paper sharks.
It's a shark, but what happens when
you open it, there's like a surprise, and it's like that. And it has sharp teeth and stuff. So I'll show you how to make it.
That's great.
Can you guys
so
hear
Leilah,
well?
why don't you tell the viewers? Yeah, we can hear. Leilah, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? How old are you?
10.
Yeah, we ended it. Okay, there she is. Sorry, I'm going to take her out of the screen here. There we go. Yes, you're 10 years old. And what grade are you in?
Fourth.
Fourth grade. Okay, great. And all right. And you're following in both your mom and dad's footsteps because they're both artists. So let's see what your own style is. I'm going to minimize my screen so we can see you completely here.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, can you get it pretty well? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit pixelated, but it's kind of coming in and out. It was clearer
Okay.
before, but I think it's just, we just have to do the best we can.
Yeah, talk to the camera. Just talk while you're drawing.
Okay, so you need to fold this down
In
half, and then you'll fold half that you folded up
hold it up, show them.
like that. So first you do that, and then you fold that piece up. Then you'll go to the back, and you'll do the same thing to make like a crease, and then you'll put that back, and then now you'll have to use a Sharpie or marker to start drawing, so you'll need to kind of draw an oval or a circle shape.
Show them what you did.
Like this.
Nice.
And then for the arms or the fins, you'll need to draw them on the bottom like that.
Okay.
Then,
Do these sharks bite sometimes?
then there'll be like a little triangle on the top of the head for like one of those.
The
Shark.
dorsal fin, right?
Yeah. And then right on the top area, you could draw two eyes, like two circles, and then you'll draw one circle, like one pupil so it looks friendly.
You don't want to make a mad shark?
No. I mean, you could add a unibrow, but...
Oh.
I don't think I've seen a unibrow shark before. That could be very unique.
It slows them down when they're swimming, though.
Okay.
And
That
then
makes sense.
for the nose, you'll need to add two dots there. And then you could start to open up that part in the middle. And then you'll just have to attach two lines.
So this is something real simple that easy for kids to do, right?
Yeah, like something fun to do. So then you'll have to like attach that to the bottom for the mouth part. And then right below the eyes in the bottom of the shark, you'll need to add these two lines right there. So you can't see it, but then you'll just draw like a little cylinder shape in the middle, in the inside for the mouth.
Wow.
And then that part's there, and then for teeth you can just draw little pointy triangles or something.
Whoa.
So then the shark has teeth now.
I kind of like the smell from the Sharpie. Do you like the smell?
No.
Oh, most adults kind of do.
No. And then the last step you'll just need to do is like color the shark, and you can add little bubbles in the water and
Or fish.
if you want. You could really add anything you want.
What does it look like when you color? Let's color. Should we color in the mouth?
Sure.
You can use dry erase markers, anything you can find in your parents' drawers. Oh, you
That's
just do
perfect.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure you don't let the Sharpie soak through and get on the counter, because it doesn't want to come off a lot of times.
Yeah, because that's why you'll want to like put like an extra piece of paper under,
Good idea.
or like sandpaper or something.
She's been doing a lot of these all through her quarantine.
That's great, Michael. Isabella's been painting a lot, drawing a lot. It's great.
Hey, look how cool that is. So show the mouth.
So here's the mouth. Now the mouth is colored in.
Okay.
You gonna
And
finish
then-
it up for us? Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Do the gray.
Then you could just color around that part,
Ah,
or do that part pink or something.
so there's no rules.
No rules.
That's a great thing about art is there's no rules.
Then you use gray for the body.
Yeah. So now the shark's mouth is done because we got all the color in there, and then you'll like do the outside of it so it's colored. And on the outside, you could do detail and on the inside.
That's so great, Leilah.
She does this pretty fast.
Yeah, she
You
does.
can use, she was saying she just uses, doesn't have to be special, just grab computer paper,
Or
printer
something-
paper.
Something to draw on.
Right. And I know Isabella, when sometimes she doesn't have brushes, she's hijacked some of my old cosmetic brushes.
She's done that too.
You know, that works too. So you can be creative, or cut up sponges. You can work with those too.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Is it done?
yeah, it's done. But you could do. You don't only have to do sharks. You could do cats.
Oh, yeah.
You could do a leprechaun. Really, you can do anything.
So
to
show
make
them
it?
what it does.
Yeah. So.
And you
Looks
said it
like-
scares your cat? She's been scaring our 19-year-old cat, Cosmo.
Okay. And then it's like a pup. And then, so first, you could just do that.
Oh boy,
Kind of scary.
that's kind of scaring me. That's pretty fierce.
Mm-hmm. So,
That's so cool.
That's awesome, Leilah.
Where's the leprechaun? Do you have him in here?
now,
Ah,
but I have the ice cream one and the puppy one
Yeah.
in the kitchen. And the cool thing you
Ah.
could do with it is you could put your hand in that little thing and like make it kind of like a little puppet or something. And
That's
you can
so
like
cool.
play around.
That is so cool. Well, bravo. That is a really great thing. So at home now, folks, that's something you can share with your kids. You've got two different art projects. The tempera paint, which you just need the egg yolk, leftover food color from, Easter, if you have that, and then anything, a paper plate, hijack a couple of those cosmetic brushes or cut up some, old sponges. And then you've got this wonderful young lady teaching us a whole new way of making puppetry, very simple. And you can do a lot of different animals. That was really fun. Thank you so much for doing that. That was so great. So Michael, share a little bit about how, with your kids, how you're bringing art into their lives.
Yeah, I mean, Melissa and me, we're always trying to figure out ways to, like Melissa used to go to the school when they were in school and was an art docent and go in there and help teach the kids art. And then when I'm in my studio at my house, they're always coming in and out, so they'll see the stuff. Oh, you want to see?
Oh, on the table.
Here we got a little surprise visit, Cosmo, the 19-year-old tabby cat.
Oh, hi, Cosmo.
So this is the guy that Leilah scares with the. If it scares him, Cosmo, look.
Poor kitty. That is so funny.
All right, thank you, Cosmo.
So, Michael, I know when you were a kid, art was a really important part of your success just to make it through school. I don't know if everybody knows that you did and do suffer from dyslexia, and art was able to kind of help you through that.
Definitely. You want to go? I think Leilah's free to go.
Yes, thank you, Leilah.
Should we go eat birthday cake?
Yeah, she's going to go sample some cake.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Leilah.
that was cool. Okay, and let me get back in here. Hold on one sec, guys.
I just thought it would be good for Michael to share a little bit, since he and his wife are both artists, and they have really empowered their children to explore creativity, just like in my family. And so I thought maybe just share with the folks, because not everybody probably knows how important art was for you specifically as a kid.
Oh yeah, I mean it was basically the only thing that I got positive feedback for, because I wasn't coming home and my parents weren't saying, "Oh my God, you got an A on your math test." It was, which was so amazing about them. They didn't care about that. I got my praise from, "Oh my God, on the back of that math test, that's a beautiful looking car that you drew. You know, that's amazing." So then art lessons started when I was, 7 years old, and tutoring for dyslexia. So yeah, that's how it started. You just find I was that kid who had that gift, but not the gift of adding or spelling.
Right. And I think that's so important. I think we as parents are under a lot of pressure to make sure our kids pass those tests, and that they're keeping up with the curriculum, and there's nothing wrong with that. But every kid is different. And you clearly were one of those kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like there's some book, why, what is it? Why A students work for B students, or A students work for C students. Because I think sometimes people focus on just that perfect letter grade. And when I got out in the real world and I failed in certain things, I wasn't devastated by it, because I failed so much in school. I was like, oh, this is familiar. So when someone who focuses on being so perfect all the time, it can be devastating. So I was already went through so many triumphs and tribulations before I even got into the real world. So
and I think art also can be underestimated with kids, because it really is, the whole idea of art is you're taking nothing and you're making something out of it.
Oh yeah.
And that creativity is probably the most important aspect of innovation, whether it comes to, coming up with the next cure for cancer.
Yeah.
Or, building a home, or whatever you're going to do, you've got to be able to think outside of the box.
Oh yeah, like someone
to come up with the next thing.
Even if they're not going to be an artist when they're older, a kid who learns how, like you said, to problem solve on just, doing a little drawing like this. How's this going to work? I mean, if you think about it, this was broken into 4 pieces. You got fractions going on here too. And
right.
This kid might not be an artist, but they figured out how to problem solve by doing art at a young age. And when they take art away, then it depletes that process of.
It does. It depletes that original thought process of one person coming up with something that nobody else has done before, and that is really the mother of invention, is creativity. So I know that you have done some paintings too recently of kids. I want to see those.
Yeah, it was so funny. I recently finished a commission for a gallery up at Lake Tahoe. That it was a grandparents and their 2 grandkids, and I just finished it the other day. And actually, we did a Zoom call to reveal it, and they were just blown away. They loved it, and I love doing those commissions. And then the little portraits I've done of my kids, and the self-portrait. So I don't know if you can see behind. I
minimized my screen so you can get in closer. I'd love to see that one that you did with the grandfather.
Yeah, let me switch here. I think I can switch the camera. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna make you guys dizzy quick. Okay. So here's my messy studio here. How's that look? So what I had for the photo was, here it is, the grandparents here.
Oh, that's amazing.
So the grandpa was there, and he is a tour guide at a zoo somewhere up in Santa Rosa. So they had this idea of, when there was a time when they were feeding the giraffes the leaves, and so that's what I did. But before I've even done this portrait, I've done all kinds of self-portraits. Here you can see, I don't know if you know who this weirdo is.
He looks familiar. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those glasses.
Yeah, he's kind of weird. I guess someone said they saw him drinking paint thinner the other day. But we're trying to find out where this guy is. Now this was fun, little self-portrait there. And then the one of Everett I did when he was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So these are just tiny little, that's like a 6 by 8 inch oil painting. And if you get up close, it's my style. But I've done some of these over the years as commissions. And then this one is really cool. This is Leilah when she was 2 years old on the piano.
Oh, that's beautiful, Michael. Both of them are really great.
And then, these are done on oil on paper, which is one of my better priced originals. And
Right.
these I can do fast. Yeah. So
But
like if
I
anyone,
can't believe the amount of detail you get in that small of a space.
yeah, I think it's just sometimes on the oil on paper, it's more like a sketch. So I can get away with some more smaller details. But yeah, they're fun. And then when you see when they're framed up, these are in my own house that I just took off.
Well,
And
what
yeah,
an amazing way to document your child at a certain age too, and have something that can be part of their legacy and created by somebody like you. I mean, that's a really special
yeah, and
moment.
everyone's at home now with their kids. So if anyone ever has an idea, take a couple photos of your kids, and we could do something special for you guys. Because
I
I'm
love
stuck at home, I'm just doing commissions, and these are pretty easy to get done.
Yeah, that's
And it's
great.
something different too. It's so fun. Sometimes I almost work on these a little longer than my other paintings because I get into it because it's something different. So people get some pretty spectacular piece there.
Those are true masterpieces. Wow. Thank
It
you for
just
sharing those with us, Michael.
comes from there, and then we'll see here.
Yeah,
There
I
we
love
go.
it. Well,
But yeah,
thanks for
no,
sharing those with us, Michael. I wanted to just, one more thing I wanted to have you share with
yeah.
us is, how do you manage 3 kids in a household with the dog and the iguana and everything you have going on? What is the method to your madness there?
Melatonin.
Okay.
Have you ever melatonin pancakes are super nice in the morning. They get so tired after. No, I just we keep them busy. We're fortunate enough to we have a nice yard, so the kids are out there, and you got to tell them like yesterday. You have to be firm with them sometimes too on because they're going to keep asking you to do things, and then it feels like you can't get anything done. So I've had to just tell them I got to paint, guys. I got to go in, and they respect because their whole schedule, everything's off right now. So
Right.
you still got to get some kind of normalcy in there. But we all stayed up till like 11:30 last night. So who am I to say?
I know it happens in our household too. We try our best. Well,
I
thank you,
was telling,
Michael. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, it was so awesome, and Isabella, that was so great. She did a great job, and those Bella Hearts behind you are so awesome. She's been doing it a long time.
She has, and she's blessed a lot of people, just like your kids have. I know Ev was a little shy to come on. Maybe we'll get him
Yeah,
on your show. He's
we'll
an
get them next
incredible
time.
sculptor.
Yeah, he loves doing those awesome the little oven sculptor clay that you can put in the oven, and it basically you have a little sculpture. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so we'll get him next time. But I appreciate you being on the
Yeah.
show. I know that you are a great father, and Melissa's a wonderful mom, and you guys really have some terrific kids. So
Oh, thanks.
appreciate it.
We're having fun, and I'm just yeah, that's about it. Just been trying to figure out new turkey calls and different things, different. All my pranks, so I'm
Well,
always
maybe
doing
you
that.
should leave us with either a distant dog or a turkey call.
Well, you remember the dog.
Yeah.
That's good when I was at Home Depot today trying to get in, and I did the distant dog, and people kind of got concerned, and I got in the front of the line.
That's one way to do it. And let's hear the turkey.
All right, guys. Love you guys. You are all
Okay,
awesome.
thank you, Michael. Appreciate you
There's
being
Emmett.
on.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, he is so much fun. I've had the pleasure to represent Michael now for 18 years, and he's like my brother. We're all family, and our kids have grown up together, and it's, been really a great thing to see all of the kids in their different stages, and then see how that art comes out. The oldest, Emmett, he's very creative in his own right. He leans towards the science, but he's incredibly creative within his approach to that. And then their middle child, Everett, is a brilliant artist and a sculptor. And Leilah, we're starting to see what she's bringing as far as her, being surrounded with art. So it's just such a great thing, folks. I really encourage you. You don't have to be an artist to encourage your kids to create, and it's a lot of fun. You can't make a mistake doing it. So I encourage you to, have them watch this. We'll have it up on YouTube. I know that some of the quality wasn't that great, but really simple things you can do with your kids, especially when they're contained. But I appreciate you watching today. Next week, we have another really great lineup, starting with Monday. We have a sculptor from Canada who sculpts these amazing animals out of precious, semi-precious stones. Lyle Sopel, he's amazing and has been around for many years. And then we have a musician coming in from New York. On Wednesday, we have another Native American artist, Nakona Burgess, and he's going to be coming in from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then on Friday, we're going to finish off the week with Todd White. A lot of you guys know Todd. He's very well known for his whimsical paintings of people in bars having a good time, something we can't do right now. Just really fun work. So he's going to be coming, I believe, from Texas, where he's living now on a big acreage. So lots of fun. Please share the love with people. Art of the City TV, streaming here live on Facebook. But if you can't get a live show, you can always go to our YouTube channel, Art of the City TV on YouTube. And then you might be getting an email blast from us tomorrow. We are launching our professional episodes of Art of the City San Diego, featuring 4 amazing artists, one you just met. So we'll be sending out that link. That is something that's a passion project I've been working on so far. I've been in San Diego, New Orleans, Santa Fe, and plans to go to many other cities, but obviously I kind of got stopped in my tracks there. But take a look at that. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're blessed this weekend. Embrace those from afar through social media. Let your loved ones know that you love them. We love you. And I'll look forward to seeing you Monday, 1 o'clock, Art of the City TV right here. Be blessed, folks.